All right, shower is completed. That's not okay.
Oh, I just saw the gnat again.
That's not okay, in my opinion. Oh! I've ordered takeout. Yes, I have. I'm using a literal butter knife right now.
Tried my first bite of food. It dribbled on me a little bit.
One day I will be a plus size influencer who has died. That is crazy.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck.
Damn, what a real bitch is that?
Hey there, YouTube. It's me, Hens. I'm back with Amberlynn, and this is called My Last Response to Beck. No vlog. This is just a response. Let's see what Amberlynn has for us today. If you're enjoying my reactions, be sure to check out my latest video, which was before this one, which was a reaction to Rachel's deep dive into the allegations against Amberlynn that Snowflake and the Ankle have been following up on, following all of the fallout from Amberlynn being exposed for following that Instagram profile, which was posting all those disgusting memes. Even the name should have been a clue.
Hello. Welcome to a new video. It's actually February 7th at 3 a.m. in the
It's actually February 16th.
morning. Yes, I should be asleep, but here I am awake.
It's 6:30 p.m. for me.
Filming a video. I was actually getting ready to get comfy and try to sleep. My sleeping hasn't been the greatest. I've just been having a lot of anxiety, and when I have a lot of anxiety, I go to sleep really late.
Oh, a good coping mechanism for me when I have really bad anxiety, I like to externalize the anxiety. I like to put that onto something else. And don't take this as advice. This is just what I do as part of my coping. Is I really like to do things that are productive. So like if you ever notice that I put out more videos or my editing just seems a lot more detailed, those kinds of things, really productive things that I'm already going to be doing, I funnel my energy. Sometimes it's a little bit much. I forget to eat sometimes because I'm so focused on things, but I try to get it out so it doesn't stay inside of me and just make me like I used to, from the time I was a child, I used to stay awake just staring at the ceiling because I would just be replaying the things that happened in the day. And I didn't understand how to deal with that until I started putting, when I'm doing those externalized activities, what I'm doing is thinking about that instead of waiting till the end of the day, that nervous energy, I'm putting it into something. That's just what works for me sometimes. And then also meditation, which is the exact opposite of it. It's just like calming your mind, finding that center within yourself and being able to be in silence. It's a very powerful thing. And Amberlynn needs to learn how to do that. Her sitting with discomfort era is really what that was, an attempt to mirror.
And I genuinely hate it. Something I've suffered with majority of my life. But anyways, I could have totally slept and waited till tomorrow to film this, but I think it's just so heavy that like I have to do it now so I can just be completely done with it. I watched Beck's new video that they posted tonight or today or
Why? Why are you watching your ex and monitoring what they're saying like this? This is really controlling.
whatever, but it was a new one. So that video genuinely shocked me and it made me feel stupid.
I haven't watched it yet. So I'm excited to hear what she says, and then I'm going to put a reaction to that Beck video. So we'll see.
And dumb, and it made me realize that like the way that I viewed our relationship was completely wrong, and I was oblivious to a lot of things.
This is the problem with people like Amber. They will portray as though they just had this completely different idea, as though everything was rosy and perfect. But even when you express to them in the moment that something is wrong, it doesn't matter to them in the moment, so they forget about it. And then when you bring it up to them later, they're like, "Oh, I didn't know that. You didn't say that to me." Yeah, I fucking did.
Even to the extent of the way that I treated them. So
Because after a while of telling the person in the moment and they disregard your feelings, you decide to stop telling them because then you can at least save that energy and preserve your peace, as Amber likes to say. in your internal life and have that in your mind that at least I know that I'm not going to rely on that person for my validation.
Want to be accountable in that. But this is just the example.
Also, let me just express my gratitude for my audience. Thank you, everybody, for getting me above 700 subs already. Thank you so much. Like, I can't believe I've gotten this many people to want to listen to what I have to say. And I don't know. It just seems crazy. Thank you.
That I saw in their newest video where it made me look back and be like, yeah, like we both actually viewed this relationship completely different. So in their new video, they were reacting to
Wow. So even when she's trying to say that she's taking accountability in this way of recognizing, at least recognizing that there was a discrepancy between the way they viewed their relationships, she's now saying that, oh, it's a matter of just them disagreeing about it, them having a different point of view. You're going to have a different point of view based on the fact that you're not the same person. Like the fact that your ideas about your relationship are irreconcilable, that is an issue. That is a total red flag. And the fact that you don't understand that the points that you're failing to get all are about you. It's about how you disrespect people when they tell you something. You could be it's literally like how she wouldn't believe that when Beck told her something that it was the truth, that she has to look it up on Google and get verification because, oh, Beck could never know. Beck could never have an answer to something that is beyond Amber's scope of knowledge. That's the problem, is that Amberlynn assumes that her perspective is always right when she's going through her day-to-day life, and only only occasionally is she forced to confront the like total sum of what she's done recently. And that's when it's like, oh my God, you guys, I can't believe I did all that. Who cares unless you never change your behavior and you just keep doing the same thing over and over again? And then you expect people to forgive you and allow you to keep doing this stuff.
a compilation video of me being rude to them for 10 minutes straight. And in the reaction, Beck stated multiple times that it's obvious that they didn't want to be on camera. And they said, oh, look at me zoning out while she's talking. And it's like both of those things, like, genuinely hurt. And it made me realize, like, I didn't even notice these things. Just like how when I was
It hurt you. It hurt you that Beck was having their feelings deprioritized. See how she centers herself in this, in the injury of it all. It's not about you. You should be saying, I'm sorry, Beck, that I couldn't understand that this is how you were feeling. Not, oh, I'm so sorry for myself that I couldn't realize. What is wrong with you?
in a relationship with them, I didn't notice how mean or rude I could come off until looking back, and I just feel super remorseful. I viewed our whole relationship a certain way that it wasn't. I genuinely thought that they wanted to be on camera and that they were okay with being on camera.
Even when they told you in words, straight up, don't film me, or I don't want to be on camera right now, or are you filming me? Things that she's heard from the Crystal era, because Crystal told her repeatedly, you're crossing these boundaries with me. Stop filming me. Why are you filming me? Are you filming me now that I'm in the background of this shot? What is wrong with you? And then you would turn the camera and film her, and she'd ask you, are you filming me? And you would say, no, knowing you were, because you would turn it back on yourself and smile. And then also, you would film her, and she would ask you the same thing. And then you would say, yeah, but I'll edit it out. Didn't edit it out because we saw it.
And I was so accustomed to them zoning
You're so accustomed to not being called out on disrespecting people in the moment, and you're so used to letting people be quiet and mute for your comfort. And when they're not quiet and little complacent slaves to you, you freak out and you blame your BPD. You claim, oh, yeah, it's my BPD. You're triggering me. No, you're a control freak. Literally, you have to be in control. And when you're not, when you feel you're slipping away, you do things like shower gifts, you surveil, you monitor their every interaction with humans, and then you also expect them to dote on you on your timetable. It's ridiculous. All of these things individually are manipulative, and together they're abusive.
zoning out or seeming like they didn't want to be on camera, that like that was normal for me. But I didn't know that the zoning out and the look on their face, etc., was like an indication that they weren't listening to me or that they didn't want to be on camera. Like that is like news to me. So knowing that like
It's so funny because I think that people get that opinion about uh introverts and quiet people in general. They will disrespect us because I am an introvert and I don't like talking unless I actually have something that I think is important to add to the conversation. And so I can go a day without talking. I don't need to talk. But people think that that's either a sign of like stupidity or they until they meet me, or they think that it's like some kind of weird trait that I don't want to talk to them or that I don't want to talk in general. I'm not a real talker, but if I have something to say, I can really talk.
I viewed our relationship one way and it wasn't. Like I genuinely look stupid, but I guess like maybe I low-key deserve it.
Realizing that we both viewed this relationship so differently actually makes it easier for me to be accountable and to apologize, because if that's the way that they truly viewed it, like I deeply apologize for that. And there's nothing I can do to change their opinion.
This is bullshit. If that's the way they viewed that, then I'm sorry for that. That's not an apology. You're not apologizing for the actual actions that you did that are not a matter of perception. These are things that you did. They don't change because of how you look at it. That's the problem. Is she wants everything to just be a matter of perception, not a matter of reality, and that some things are just wrong.
And their thoughts and their experience, because that's what they lived.
I wasn't the greatest girlfriend. I wasn't the most perfect girlfriend, but I will say I'm not all good. I'm not all bad. And I wasn't that way then either. Like our relationship was definitely complex.
Oh, you're right. Beck said that you didn't hit the animals or them. However, they also said that you were neglectful as soon as you started getting your fifis. You started neglecting the pets. And then you also potentially would have been physical with them if you were more mobile. So, yeah. So, you're not all bad. You're just mostly bad. You're just 95% in terms of their estimation over the amount of time, even after taking care of you while you were free bleeding, cleaning up behind your blood slug ass.
And even though it might not be visible to the public or even to Beck in this moment, I have taken accountability for the things that I've done. And in the video, they even stated, like, I don't want you to reach out to me. And that's very much why I haven't, because I wanted to respect those boundaries. But they said, I don't want an apology from you. I genuinely feel like Beck deserves an apology for the wrongdoings that I did do. But if they don't want to accept it or hear it, then I have to be okay with that. I'm not going to apologize to the internet. The apology wasn't for you guys, it was for them. I feel like in this situation, like this type of accountability should be handled in private, just like the apology should have.
Nope. I disagree. I disagree because when your humiliation or the disrespect is in public, you owe it to them to publicly express your sorrow, your remorse, and your resolve to do better. That's the thing. Because it's a commitment at the same level with the same degree of severity. Beck said that they don't need the apology because they're past you. They don't need you. You need to apologize for what you've done, what you've documented, what you've made money off of. And then you need to make amends. As I've said, the easiest way, donate a chunk of your fucking paycheck to Beck. And it doesn't even, you could do it anonymously as a gift. You don't have to announce it. That would be the most significant way you could give back. Just a huge donation out of nowhere. Yeah, that would be exactly what I would say as a way to start making amends. Other than that, I think you need to never mention Beck again. You never need to mention Brittany or Erica again. and then you need to move on and you need to start losing weight for good. That's the only thing that you can do. And then you also need to stick with this therapy that you're doing because apparently, according to my commenters, it's a good way to start for you, potentially. So you need to do that. And then if I actually see progress, maybe my opinion of you will improve. But the whole thing is that those allegations against you seem to have borne out a a lot of really troubling incidents that doesn't really bode well for your future if you ever really do get skinny and start to be around normal humans again.
And this sort of discussion that is like happening between back and forth with us, like these things should be happening in private. And it's like when personal matters like this
This
are
is also a thing that manipulators will do. I only want to apologize to you in private because then only we know that I'm sorry. Only we know what's going to be exchanged in this final talk between us. Like that's the whole thing is that they don't lose face to everybody else.
brought onto like a public platform, I feel like backed up in a corner, like I have to defend myself or I
Aw,
have to say
poor
something. But it's like
baby.
I'm not gonna sit here and go through every single thing that they said, like every single
Poor
claim, every single
baby.
this or that, because that is just gonna fuel negativity. I truly don't feel like the back and forth is productive for either of us. But if they truly feel like sharing their story is what is gonna help them in the long run, then go for it. But I have to genuinely step away. Like
Good
I
for
said, I
you.
wasn't going to
Good for
speak about
you.
them.
Except if you don't work on yourself, I don't really want to hear from you again about Beck. If they keep talking about their experiences with you, I want you to go do what I said. Anything less than that is you not making amends. Anything less than that is not making amends.
And that was standing. But like hearing all of these things being said, it's been hard for me because it's like I have shown growth in my personal life and it's hard to like show growth publicly when these are things that like
It's really not. Because if you were growing as a person, if you were improving mentally, your physical state would be improving because your physical state is a manifestation of your psychological state. That's obvious to anybody. We don't need a psychology degree. We don't need to be a psychiatrist with 20 years of experience. It's obvious because you eat your feelings. You admit that you eat your feelings, that you've learned to soothe yourself with food. So, until you address that, as well as all of the actual like abusive behaviors that you're replicating probably from your childhood, from your parents and from whatever houses, from whatever from whatever bad foster experiences you want to claim. You need to work on yourself because it's evident that you're not going to be good for any partner that you get with because you're going to rely on them to the point that they leave you.
was happening behind the scenes. So publicly, I might look the same to you guys, but I have changed a lot. I am always open for growth and for changing to be a better person every single day, and I want to reflect on the past more.
Bruh. It's like she read my mind of all of the things that I was going to criticize that she hasn't changed and that she could do to do better. But she's not going to because she knows what she needs to do. She does not want to get better. She wants to make money at a rate that she can do at no other job that she's qualified for. And that's the point. And she understands that. She's understood that for a long time, ever since she said, "I want to quit my job to Destiny."
Because that actually genuinely
Ever
helps me
since.
see ways that I need to improve and ways that I already
And
have
Mendy, Destiny's mom, knew exactly what Amber's MO was.
improved.
And I just want to say that anytime that I had Beck on my channel, it was never out of malice. I never meant to disrespect them. And I really, really,
That's
really, really
that's a damn lie because I started watching Amber during the breakup live streams. Those were inherently disrespectful because you moved in Feline. At the very least, you had Feline visiting you guys in the apartment that Beck also shared with you and technically was paying for because they were working by working on your channel. So they should have had a choice of whether or not Feline just walked right in the door. But because you don't respect your roommate, at the very least, your if not your partner, of course, you think that you can do whatever you want. You have no repercussions for your actions. Nobody should criticize you, and nothing that you do should ever be brought up in the future, even though you're repeating those exact same behaviors. It's crazy to think that that's the standard that you can expect from us.
Did love them. This might be a little tea because no one knows, but when Beck and I were just friends while I was with Feline, and Feline did know this, don't worry. One night I got really, really drunk and I told Beck, like, I really was in love with you and I still love you. Like, you're a great person.
Why is she saying this? It doesn't matter. Like, this is really, if you have to get drunk to express your true feelings to somebody that you've abused, I don't think you loved him. I don't think you love them at
And
all.
I hyped them up because genuinely, I owe so much to them and I have so much gratitude to them. They were
Let's be real. You owe your life to Beck because you would have died of toxic shock on that mattress if it weren't for them.
there for me during some of the hardest moments of my life, i.e., when I was diagnosed with cancer. But I have never tried to show them in a certain way. Nothing was ever out of malice from the bottom
That's
of
a
my
lie.
heart. And I just really
That's a
needed to
lie.
make that
See, this is why I will never deal with Amber as if she's dealing in good faith because this this is just false. It's fake on the front of it. It's fake on the back of it. It's fake in the middle. All of the subtext is false. It's all, oh, I'm not really accountable because I'm saying all these little pleasantries when I've been in like situations where asked straight up, do you love Beck or do you care about Beck? Eh, you know, it is what it is. Shit like that.
clear.
Like, honestly, all I can really do is just continue working on myself. My focus moving forward is to
That's
just
the thing is
ignore
you're
it
not.
all. Like, I wanted to take what Beck is doing and put it in like a positive way and put a positive spin to it and like be like, yeah, I am accountable. But at the same time, obviously, like, I do find frustrations in the ways that I feel like they are exaggerating.
And this is why. This is why I don't respect her. And I said what she can do to make amends. I gave a full fucking plan. But, and I know that the other reactors are going to say similar shit. But Amberlynn just doesn't want to do better. She doesn't want to do better for herself and better for the people around her because she doesn't really give a fuck. As long as she's getting what her daily needs are, what her hourly needs are, she's good. She doesn't give a fuck
Or they have
because
lied.
she
I do
knows that she could go at any time. Anytime she could go. Think about that. Right now. She could, right now.
firmly believe that two things can happen at once. I can be accountable, but I can also be frustrated. But I'm not accountable and frustrated about the same things. Like everyone likes to say, there are three sides to every story: their side, my side, the truth. And like a really good example of like,
Except, you know what? The real truth would be it would be about 99% what Beck said and then 1% what you said. So that's the angle that I'm taking with it.
people viewing things differently, like kind of what's going on with like Blake and Justin. Blake feels like one thing happened.
Oh, you fucking.
You're a neurosurgeon? Oh, you're serious? Oh, well, I just thought you were like a stripper or a kid diddler based on how you look.
Oh, Amber, you're not a celebrity. And guess what? You're just as much of a bitch as Blake.
And well, Justin's like, no, that's not what happened. So you know what? I can't to everyone else in the room.
I want to play devil
I'm not even fucking giving the dignity of this because this is utterly ridiculous. We have documented proof on your channel that you monetized of abusing all of your past partners in various psychological and financial and physical ways. So don't make me make a compilation of every incident that I know about of you doing this. Don't make me do this.
devil's advocate here for a second. If I'm remembering something wrong that Beck genuinely remembers as like a full truth, then that's fair as well because I have really bad memory problems due to
I love that she gives permission for there to be discrepancies in her memories. That suddenly she gets an out because, oh, I don't remember. Isn't that exactly what I said? That she would say, well, even if, even if I did do that, I don't remember.
moments of high stress,
So it must not have been so important.
trauma, BPD, when I have anxiety, sometimes I'll literally like black out because I'm so anxious.
And I just want to say, whether my apology was
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
paywall, whether it was in a Snapchat, whether it's in a YouTube video, or whether I say it to Beck directly, it is 100% sincere. And I have apologized to them personally, but that was years ago after our breakup. Beck and I was friends for about a year after we broke up. And obviously that didn't work out, which I understand, but I did apologize to them. I don't think that I took as much accountability as I do take now, because like I said, every day I like to reflect and just grow into a better person. So I'm not gonna sit here and list off every single claim that they said and write down like, okay guys, these are the things that are true and these are the things that aren't, these are the things that I'm accountable for. Like there's no productivity in that, because whether the internet knows what I'm accountable for versus what I'm not accountable for, that doesn't
Amberlynn, we can say you're accountable for doing the things that are in your videos. We can say that. We can say that you are. Especially when I come in to watching you victimizing your ex on camera for money and then taking the money that you say that you're going to split with them and giving them jack shit all. So yeah, I'm going to say fuck you. I'm going to say fuck you.
bother me. The only person that I'm worried about and them actually hearing me is Beck. And if they don't want to, that's their prerogative. I'm okay with that. I want them to do whatever helps them.
Well, guess what? It doesn't matter if Beck hears you apologize because the rest of us are probably going to curse you out. We're going to call you all sorts of things. We're going to tell you to get help. We're going to tell you to get therapy. We're going to tell you to fuck off. We're going to tell you to do all this shit, and you won't do any of it. And you won't do any of it because at the end of the day, you don't think you're wrong. That's why you made this little side bit where you're saying, "But Beck did things too. But there's all these other things that you don't know. But there's all these reasons why I'm not really responsible."
I'm not apologizing for myself. I'm apologizing to the person that I was in a relationship with for almost 5 years. And I hurt them, and I'm sorry for that. I really want to continue taking that experience and that
Save the tears for your mom. I really don't care.
relationship and learning from it. Beck can say absolutely anything from this point forward, and I am not going to respond. I genuinely wish them nothing but the best. And the apology that I need to give to you guys, if I hurt any of you during this whole thing because you guys care for Beck, then I am also sorry for that. I am a very flawed individual. That is not an excuse, but I'm a flawed individual that can learn from this experience. And thankfully, I have. Whether people see it or believe it, I know it because I am my own person and I know how
I cannot wait for the next time she says that she's in a relationship. I'm going to document everything.
I've been in past relationships. And as I've gotten older and more mature and I've learned more about my BPD and just who I am as a person, I have become a better person and I have become a better girlfriend. I've become a better friend. I've become a better pet parent. I've become a better daughter. I've become a better sister.
I've become a better pet parent. Lost rarity. You. If you didn't have the whole community hating you before, you will now.
Sister, but I'm still flawed. I'm super complex.
I'm a
and
better
nuanced,
pet
just like we all
parent.
are. And this
Oh
just
my
has to be
God.
the last time that I speak about this to protect my peace, and I hope that Beck does things that also
The density of a black hole.
protects theirs. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Bye. Let's read some of these comments. You didn't notice those things because you're self-absorbed. By the way, saying sorry if you felt that way is not an apology. Exactly. Thank you for having a normal brain and being a regular person, just Jamie, because I thought that was just me thinking that. Saying I want to be accountable and my focus moving forward is to ignore it all in the same sentence is insane. It really is. It's just, I didn't do it. If I did, I forgot and I'm moving forward. I apologize for the way they viewed the relationship. Yep, sounds like a genuine apology to me. Pay them the money you owe. That's what I said. That's what I said. Literally, you really, if you feel bad about it, you make amends. You do real things that have a tangible effect on the people that you've hurt. Not just, oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. Get over it. I'm not talking about it anymore. Ugh, you're so exhausting. Exactly. Exhausting. Not the victim. Can you apologize without using mental illness as an excuse? You are responsible for your actions, BPD or not. You know right from wrong, but BPD or not. You can't just seem to grasp all you just can't seem to grasp your own shortcomings at all. Exactly. And when people tell you straight up in plain words what your shortcomings are and how you can work on them, you disregard that as hate, as actual hate. When people are trying to tell you how to improve yourself because they might care about you a little bit, or they might know people that are exactly like you that they want to improve too. Maybe that's a whole thing, but she couldn't give a fuck because there goes because she thinks that she would lose all of her money. And maybe you need to lose your money and come down a peg because then maybe you would start applying yourself and being better. Give them the money that they worked for. If not, then I hope they will continue to spill it all out. I don't like that they misgendered Beck according to what their wishes are, but yeah. Hello, clinically Hello, it's clinically insane. You make everything about yourself such a narcissist. Exactly. Like, really? Really? It's about you? It's about you feeling bad that you didn't notice? Maybe you should listen better when people tell you things. Maybe you should actually listen to people that you think that you disrespect. Those are the people that you should start listening to more. Address the choosy game. She won't. Amber won't. You literally make everything about you. It's so hard for me. I viewed our relationship differently. I hyped them up. I've grown so much. It's all about her. Everything is about her. Making an attempt to apologize and then portraying yourself as the victim is not taking accountability, especially when you fucking try to squeeze out a few tears for me to feel bad for you. Better pet parent. Thank you. Thank you for catching that because that is literally insane. That is actually out of this world kind of logic. How could you ever rationalize that? That you're a better pet parent at any point in the past 5 years? You've been neglecting them at various points because your mental health goes shitty, and then you don't give a fuck until, oh, everybody's asking about them, and I have to put up pretenses like freaking Hyacinth Bouquet. I want to be accountable. What's stopping you, girl? Herself not wanting to? The smug smile on your face while saying all of this. Absolutely insane. Exactly. Exactly. It's the smug smile while you're literally saying all of this shit as if we're supposed to believe you. And when we say that you're smiling, you're like, no, I'm not. That's just the face that's just how my face looks when I talk about this stuff. Really? I owe so much to them. Yep, around 25K. Damn, I didn't realize it was that much. That's more than I thought. That's actually probably double what I thought. That's crazy. And I'm not shocked. I'm honestly not shocked because Amber doesn't feel bad about shit. I feel my salty crab senses tingling. Salty's apparently going to do Salty Monday because they were busy on the weekend. I'm sorry. Here's all the ways this impacted me. Good God. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. I don't care how Beck's suffering impacted you. Why would I care that? Why would I care about that? Why? I care about how Beck has grown without your help, without the money that you owe them. Without that, they managed to do well. do better than you, and yet you expect us to feel bad for you. I don't feel shit for you. I'm always open for growth. Girl, we know. Expansion. She's open for expansion, not growth. How are you going to explain the choosy game? I still have to watch about that. Amber, this isn't about how you viewed the relationship. This isn't about subjective misunderstanding. You intentionally abused them. Exactly. And it's them. But yeah, exactly. That's my whole point, is we have documented evidence from Amber's own filming. How are we supposed to say that that's like, oh, that's just nonsense. That's just make believe. It's video evidence. If they ever took you to court, they could use your own fucking channel because they could get a subpoena for all of your freaking videos. And then if you ever delete the shit, it's already archived. So you're going to be even more guilty. Why don't you just fucking do the right thing because you don't want to? Came here to leave a mean spirited. I love that. If you're looking for a mental disorder that will absolve you of wrongdoings, you need to pick another one than BPD. If you committed a crime and stood before a judge and claimed innocence because of BPD, you're still going to prison. That's what I said. Like, she needs to go to jail. She needs to go to jail. Maybe that'll be the reset that she needs. Since, I don't know, maybe that will be what she actually needs. I owe them so much. I owe so much to them, except the money, right? Exactly. She's not getting it because she doesn't want to get it. But you're an empath, right? An empath, except when she needs to be. Oh gosh. One more comment. One more comment. One more comment, and then we'll call it here. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Especially, of course, somebody with a Bender profile picture would have something this great to end this video with. If only mental gymnastics burned calories. Technically, they do, except you have to actually have brain power to burn calories. And Amberlynn, we know, on a good day, maybe 2 brain cells active. The rest of them are all dormant. You know, just like they're like water bears, how they can just go into a state of torpor and just remain like that for millennia. That's Amberlynn's brain cells. If you like this reaction, leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a bear in the comments. Any kind of bear. Bye.